Back? I think we're back. Whoop. There we go. Ooh. So, what were we talking about? Talking about aliens? Yeah, I think we were talking about aliens. So, aliens. That's one of those things where it just seems to me that it's unlikely that we on the planet Earth are actually the only life in the universe. That seems too strange. The sheer mathematics of it all would indicate that there's got to be someplace else that developed life forms like ours. It just makes sense. Now, what I find difficult is the standard science fiction belief that the aliens out there are all vastly superior to us and, smarter and more clever and scientifically advanced, and they will come out and seek us out to do whatever it is that they do, which leads to all those things in science fiction that unfortunately are kind of based on how we've done things, looking at exploration on this planet, the whole claim it and get rid of the indigenous peoples. So obviously that's one of the big things of what the aliens would do. However, I kind of like the idea that was proposed in the movie Earth Girls Are Easy. Another thing that, if I could figure out how to do it right, I'd put in a clip from that right here. Bink! Right there. But I don't think I'm going to figure out how to do that. Anyway, in Earth Girls Are Easy, with Jim Carrey, I think, is the idea is these aliens were on a joyride and basically screwed up and ended up on Earth. And they weren't so smart. They were just regular guys that had spaceships instead of hot rods. And, I like that idea, that the aliens really aren't any smarter than us generally. They just might have some better technology. So I like that. And then, of course, there's the idea that we will not be visited by the aliens, that in fact we will be the ones that go out and find them and, take over their planet and, turn them into the new American Indian. Kind of a depressing thing and not anywhere near as interesting as, Independence Day or Mars Attacks, another great film. But yeah, the alien thing, personally, there's a lot of things that in the family we've kind of wondered about. Is, for instance, my dear sister, who isn't watching this because she doesn't do Facebook, although if I post this correctly she might see it. My sister Denise doesn't have a spleen. Her sinuses never fully developed. Score of other odd physical things. My strangest thing is that I just don't see out of this eye, which, I've had all these wonderful people explain to me. I just had an optometrist tell me yesterday, no, 2 days ago, that, well, because your eyes didn't line up correctly, the brain cuts off the vision to this eye, and, so it's the standard lazy eye. And, if it would have been treated with, an eye patch, for about a half hour a day, it could have strengthened it. I tried to explain that I wore these stupid flesh-colored eye patch for, 3-4 years for hours at a time, and the only thing it accomplished was that when I was a kid, having to wear my eye patch, I couldn't see much at all. So I never developed all those wonderful skills that one needs for playing sports, like, seeing where you're going, seeing that the baseball is coming at you, things like that. So, anyway, back to the idea that there might be some alien influence there. Apparently, my father discovered some sort of implant in the back of his head that was removed at some early age. Well, relatively early age, and I think apparently sometime in his 30s or something, after him and Mom split up, which then brings up Mom, and Mom definitely was alien material. Well, okay, bipolar paranoid schizophrenic is rather alien in itself, and led to some interesting childhood memories, but what can you say? So that's the alien thing. I'm trying to think, is there anything else worth telling you about? No, not really. I think that this is about all I'm going to get out of this, so I'm going to just kind of stand here and we'll let the music finish. Oh yeah, the music. I don't know if you've noticed it. There's an interesting version of Brain Damage by, well, it's not by Pink Floyd. The original is by Pink Floyd. But this is just as wonderful as it is. And I think this might be it. Although, who knows? Maybe I'll come back before I'm done and give you yet another exciting chat with the talking head. What? Wait, let's hit a button here. I don't understand. Let me think about this. Bye-bye.